It all started when I received an email alert that the HOA had begun construction on my land, without my knowledge or consent. They had built 96 homes on what they claimed was community property, but in reality, it was entirely mine. Karen had led the charge, orchestrating the illegal development while assuming no consequences would follow. I couldn't believe my eyes. 96 homes, built on my property? It was audacious even by Karen's standards. But I had long anticipated her overreach and had already prepared a plan to reclaim control. I drove to the property and was greeted by construction crews, surveying equipment, and, of course, Karen, clipboard in hand, barking orders at workers. "This is a community development. You must comply," she shouted. I calmly stepped forward. "This is my property. Every inch of this land is legally mine. You have no authority here. Stop construction immediately, or you will be held accountable." The workers hesitated, unsure who had the right to proceed. Karen tried to intimidate me, citing HOA bylaws and community mandates. I simply smiled. Those rules mean nothing on private property. I contacted law enforcement and my legal team. Within hours, officers and lawyers arrived to review the deeds, property lines, and construction plans. Karen's confidence quickly crumbled as it became clear that every building they had constructed was on land I legally owned. We issued an immediate cease and desist order. Any attempt to continue construction would constitute trespassing and property damage. Karen's protests became frantic, but law enforcement and legal authority were firmly on my side. I then executed the next phase of my plan: strategic reclamation. I filed claims to halt all construction, froze HOA accounts tied to the project, and placed liens where necessary to ensure that no work could legally continue without my explicit approval. Karen, unaware of the legal groundwork I had laid, was completely blindsided. I also took steps to make the property temporarily inaccessible to any unauthorized personnel. Gates reinforced, surveillance cameras upgraded, and warning signs posted: "Private property, unauthorized construction, or trespassing will be prosecuted." Karen tried one last desperate move, rallying HOA members to pressure me, but her credibility was gone. Legal notices, officer supervision, and my proactive documentation left no room for argument. The HOA was forced to halt construction entirely. They now faced potential liability for trespassing, illegal construction, and damages to my land. Neighbors and former HOA supporters watched in awe as Karen's audacity backfired spectacularly. 96 homes, which she had assumed would cement her control, now symbolized her arrogance and poor judgment. Her influence and reputation took a massive hit. By the end of the week, the property was fully secure. No construction continued without my consent, and Karen faced the reality of legal consequences for her illegal actions. My preparation, documentation, and understanding of property law had turned an audacious HOA overreach into a decisive victory. The incident reinforced a vital lesson: entitlement and assumed authority cannot override law, preparation, and legal ownership. Karen had tried to walk into my trap, build 96 homes, and assert dominance, but her audacity had spectacularly backfired. My property, rights, and peace of mind were intact, while Karen and the HOA were left to face humiliation, legal exposure, and public defeat. Justice had been served, decisively and unmistakably.